So I got notice number 2 in the mail. Notice number 2 from the electric company in the mail. Remember, the first notice said, if we do not hear back from you, it's addressed to current resident, okay? Because Auntie probably did as she said and took her name off of the utilities way back when she said she was going to. They just never sent out a notice because they didn't know. I guess that's how it works from what I found out when I called. When I called, but did not put the utilities in my name, but just found out what was going on. Okay. Anyway, notice number 2. First notice said, if we don't hear back from you, electricity will be, utilities will be subject to turn off. This second notice said, will be turned off if we don't hear back from you. So, I want to reiterate the fact my aunt is forcing me to put in my name utilities on my mom's home where I'm not supposed to legally be living when my mom's not living here. Just so you know. Okay? And as my friend so just bluntly pointed out to me recently, and she's right, Auntie put in that note that she hung with Auntie doesn't view me as family. We know that. That's a given. The venom that came through those court documents, and I'm sure that venom was only intensified when she spoke to the judge in person about me. Okay? The venom was palpable. Auntie doesn't view me even remotely as family. So she's certainly not going to feel under any obligation to honor something she writes in a friggin' 3-page handwritten note that's not even remotely legally binding, okay? Because along with, I'm still hoping to preserve that home for your future, was, I'll never turn the utilities off on you, you and Omar, but you have to pay the utilities. It's only fair. Okay, and as I've been saying, what's fair about any of this to me? Okay? Anyway, if she viewed me as family, even remotely, she would understand implicitly, grasp the concept that I cannot stand to be here, that I desperately want to save up enough money to get out of this living nightmare, and I'm not able to save up money when I'm being forced to pay the atrocious winter heating bills here in Massachusetts. Okay? Get it? So as my friend pointed out, she doesn't view you as family. No shit. No shit. So her little, I'll never evict you and Omar so long as you pay the utilities, is a bunch of, it's just her saying whatever. Again, she's trying to get me to cooperate. She's trying to get me to view that she did all this, for the sake of my mom. It's all bullshit. In the text, I wanted to keep the other services away from your mother and you. Yeah. You've taken my mother away from me for completely. I don't get to know if she's alive or dead or anything in between. Other services can't do anything to me. How are you protecting me at all? You're not. You're just full of shit. Okay? You won't even pay the utilities so I can get the fuck out of here sooner. And, on top of that, I'm not supposed to be putting the utilities in my name. You understand? I'm not supposed to legally be living here. Understand that, people? Grasp that? So, let's flash forward. My friend, okay, remember, Auntie's only temporary guardian conservator right now for my mom. But my friend's like, you don't know what your aunt's going to do once she's permanent guardian conservator in March, beginning of March, then she's home free. Then she knows she's completely home free. She could do anything. Even if she doesn't want to get her hands dirty, she could do just like she did and lied about me, slander in 2014, told people around here, told the management that I had destroyed my mom's house, and so got it so I wasn't allowed to come back here when I knew I did not destroy my mom's house in any manner whatsoever. All I did was hang up vicious notes for my aunt. Justifiably, but you have to understand, always in my aunt's mind, I hate my aunt, and my aunt hates me. She's going to do everything in her power to get my mother to not like me. You understand? You get it? It's all if I do even if I'm verbally abusive, call my aunt whatever names because she does the same thing to me, and she's a friggin' sly snake bitch, she's going to automatically attribute, say that I must be treating my mom that way. You get it? It's completely twisted logic. It's not even remotely rational thinking. okay? But anyway, stupid note, handwritten, is hanging up with Christmas cookies months prior is not legally binding in any way you look at it. It's not legally binding, okay? It's bullshit. It's just total bullshit. Same with I'm still hoping to preserve that home for your future. Bullshit. All bullshit, okay? It's simply to get me to go along, cooperate, and whatnot. Remember, she's still under scrutiny. She's only temporary. Who knows what, like my friend said, you don't know what she'll do when she becomes permanent, when she's home free. Yeah, I know. If she didn't want to get her hands dirty, she could simply make some calls and be like whatever and get them to evict me. And then it's not her fault, you know, or someone found out, or I opened my big mouth and I'm not supposed to be here, and then they can do the dirty work and evict me. You know what I mean? And then she didn't break her little, I'll never evict you in Omar as long as you pay the utilities. But that's, I don't want to be here. The church friend, my mom's church friend, saw it instantly. She saw it instantly. She's like, of course you don't want to be there under those circumstances when your mom's not there. She said, why don't you try to get into like temporary free housing or something or other emergency, tell them you're homeless, tell them whatever. Because then they only take 1/3 of your check. And I think even with the discounts, I don't know, I believe even with the discounts that it's going to be really high, the electric and gas in the wintertime. I say that because it was really high when I wasn't, you know, I didn't even understand it. I was saying to her, I'm like, I noticed X, Y, and something went up. Something went up, like for whatever, but I still don't understand. My bank, when I paid the bill, warned me, like, this bill's way higher. The bill's over $300. And she's like, well, you know, we had those hot days, and if you were running the air conditioning. I'm thinking, I'm not really into air conditioning. I don't know. According to her, there can't be any mistakes made because it's not like the olden days where they wrote stuff down on paper that I remember, and it's all digital, and even if there was a mistake, it fixes itself the next time. So I don't know. I just know that the bill was atrocious that 1 month. It was shocking. It was over $300. I hadn't done anything different, you know, differently, but whatever. Stop it, Omar. You get where I'm coming from here? Auntie can say anything. She can say she'll never come in here, okay? But she legally can come in here whenever the fuck she pleases. She can say, as long as you pay the utilities, I will never evict you in Omar. But we know she doesn't even remotely view me as family, hates my fucking guts, the feeling's mutual, okay? She's not under any obligation. She's a game player, right? She's a game player. I just want to get the fuck out of here. And we also have to bear in mind always, she's only temporary right now. What happens when she gets permanent and she knows beyond any shadow of any doubt she has won completely, okay? And she's home free. She could do any fucking thing she pleases to me then. You understand? And my friend pointed this out to me. She's like, you cannot trust her. You don't know what she'll do when she gets permanent. I know. I totally hear you. Like I said, I'm not doing it until they shut them off. Let's see if they shut them off, or just like when I used to have an electric bill, I remember you get 3 notices, and then the third, I mean, this is a different situation, but maybe it applies. They don't want to shut shit off in the wintertime, so maybe I'll get a final notice that says, if we do not hear from you, you know, we're shutting it off on this date or something, I don't know. Or they'll just shut them off. I told you. It'll come back on, like, you know, they'll do it immediately. They're not going to make you wait a week without heat in the wintertime. And even if they did, we wouldn't die. It would be hell, but we wouldn't die. You know what I mean? We're dealing with somebody that does not She wants to pretend. She wants to play games. She's giddy over the power she regained. She has a personal vendetta against me. That's a given. Okay? I'm not and she's forcing me to do something I'm not legally supposed to be doing. You understand? I'm not supposed to. And I didn't want her to do that. I wanted her to fucking evict me. Treat me like you were my landlord and I'm your tenant and I'm not paying the rent and you need to throw me out, evict me. You wouldn't be able to do it in the wintertime, okay? But I'd be able to save up my money and not have to pay anything. See? But she wants me at her mercy. My aunt wants me at her mercy. She's a game player. That's all. She's a game player. She knows damn well she's not hoping to preserve this home for my future. She knows damn well there's no way in hell the person who wrote all that shit about me, knowing how she knows she didn't want to be healthcare proxy anymore. And if she's watching my videos, she knows that I was doing everything in my power to help and try to save my mom and whatnot. She doesn't care, you understand? She doesn't view me as family. She's giddy over her, what I call her ill-gained power, and I'm not the only one who calls it that, right? And Lord only knows what she will do when she gets permanent guardianship conservatorship. Shortly. You get it? Then she's free. She can do any fucking thing she wants. She can't throw me out in the middle of winter. But I don't know. My friend says you can't trust her. You don't know what she'll do. Who knows what she'll do? Do anything. Understand? She can't be trusted. I have no reason to trust her. She definitely doesn't view me as family. She made me out on those court documents to be just total scum. The same person she, not that long ago, called a godsend to both my mother and her. And again, I go back to the same thing. Do you really think if I was being so horrible to my mom, you know, she would be going in these mental hospitals and gushing about how wonderful I was? She wouldn't be. She wouldn't be, okay? Anyone with half a brain knows that. She wouldn't be. She wouldn't be saying how wonderful I was and how much I helped her and whatnot. She would not be. I definitely was not, based on the definition Joe gave me from the Black Flaw Dictionary, I was not even remotely verbally abusive towards my mom. And a judge here is verbally abusive, and he's thinking all that crap. Like Joe said, this is just sick, you know? You manufacture all kinds of things in your brain when you just use that it's ambiguous, verbally abusive. He talks about name-calling and insult and humiliate, all kinds of crap that's sick. I never did anything like that to my mother. I never would. I admittedly lost my cool, and like Joe said, and also when out of genuine concern and love, when just like you'd yell at a kid who's playing with fire or a knife, and the kid wants to play with the knife, and you know, that's how my mom was. You accuse me of being verbally abusive, like I just go around calling her names and slut and whore and bitch and get the fuck away from me, you stupid. You know, I never did anything like that, ever, ever, ever. It just says that's so ambiguous to say that. It's just lumping it in, just like saying, yeah, it's true, my mom has been, you know, in a mental hospital that's 4 years, but we're conveniently, you know, brushing aside the fact that she was also, when I wasn't living here, in and out of mental hospitals, you know? But remember, Auntie blames that on me, too. Auntie blames everything on me. Everything's my fault, you understand? That's why Joe says she just has always wanted you out of the way. Auntie blames every fucking breakdown my mom's ever had, practically, on me. In 2009, your mom was fine until she went to visit you. You know, everything's my fault. This emotion of boredom me, seriously. In Auntie's eyes, it can't possibly be her sister's just getting older and all the meds are fucking with her or whatnot. Nope. She just conveniently, okay? But now you got my mom scared, showing signs of pre-dementia, had me mentioning assisted living to her. I wasn't cruel enough to tell her that her sister wanted her in a nursing home, you know. I wouldn't say that to her. But meanwhile, I'm sure I guarantee you Auntie went and said that to my mom. She had her fucking phone. I'm here with your mom now. You're not even supposed to have the fucking phone in that place, you bitch. Okay? I'm here with your mom now. She had her phone texting, or maybe she was here with her mom. My mom and the social worker gave her permission. She probably showed my mom the thing where I was terrified, saying, you know, she broke the release, she's going to wind up a ward of the state. They all conspired against me. You know, it's all just... Anyway, you already know all that. I received the second notice. I am not putting the utilities in my name until I'm forced to. And as we've already established, this is not my home. I don't own this place. And they told me, I got it right from them. And if I put the utilities in my name, I don't have to backdate it from whenever. They're not even allowed to tell me when Auntie turned them off. You understand? So I'm not going to backdate it from, you know, they're like, you tell us when, you know, and I said, I need to call you back. I need to process this info. But, it's from when I say, and I said to them, who pays, I'm like, what, you're going to foot the bill all the time? They're like, and like, that would be the homeowner. We'd go out, you know, they'd go after them. So, the longer I wait, the more Auntie has to pay. And like I said, I don't even have to legally put these in my name, you understand? Even her church friend said it. This moral, high moral, whatever. She's like, you could not put that in your name and the pipes would freeze and then she'll have to pay all that money. Yeah, I know, but then I wouldn't have a place to stay. But you know what I mean? I can technically not put these utilities in my name and allow my mom's pipes to freeze, and I'm not legally responsible. No one can force me to put those utilities in my name, and if the pipes freeze, it's on Auntie for taking them out of her name to begin with, and just, you know, counting on me to put them in my name. Get it? I could do that if I wanted to. I could do that. I could move out and do that. Be a real fucking bitch. Because as I've said, it's negligible. It's a small amount for her to pay the fucking utilities while I save up enough money to get out of here. And she can't say, oh, you'll stay there forever. Because I couldn't stay there forever. You evict me, okay? Compared to, Lord knows what it'll cost if I allowed the pipes to freeze. What do you guys think it'll cost if I allowed the pipes to freeze here? If I didn't put the utilities in my name and they're turned off and I allowed the pipes to freeze and I moved out or something, what would that cost, Auntie? I bet you thousands of dollars. Way, way more than just paying the fucking utilities for me. See? Anyway, so that's where it stands. I got notice number 2. I didn't get the mail for a couple of days. I don't know when I got notice number 2. Could have been today, could have been Saturday, but whatever. Notice number 2 anyway. So will there be a notice number 3, or will they just go and turn them off? Who knows? I just know in past when you actually are an electric company, an electric company customer, you get 2 notices and then a red notice, and then they shut it off. She never got that far. It's when you haven't paid it, and then you get a red notice. So, will I, as current resident, they don't even know who the fuck I am, get a red notice, courtesy, or will they just shut them off? The plot thickens, huh? In this bullshit. But yeah, you gotta bear in mind, Auntie's just temporary, so, you know, she's not home free yet until she's permanent, then she's home free. Then no one can touch her, no one, she can do whatever she wants. Why should I trust anything she says? She can say whatever she wants in a friggin' handwritten note hung on the door with Christmas cookies inside of it, right? I have no reason to trust her. Especially not now, when I read the venom, the way she made me out to be total scum. You know she got in front of that judge and said the same damn things. Okay? You know that she did. You know it. Given that she did.